fellow named Brian Cofrin. He was a whistleblower at a security firm in Washington State, and
Oh no.
yeah,
Oh, good no.
he this was I don't even know what year the interview was done. I think he was on. Have you ever heard of Ella Free? She does.
Oh yeah, she's great. I love her.
Okay, I think she was the person who, or at least one person who interviewed him. But he was, he worked at a security firm in Washington State, and he didn't know any of this was going on, but just in his own promotions, he reached a level in the security firm where he was let in on this, that this is one of the things that they do, that they were doing
right.
gang stalking for clients. And
That's
so
right.
I'm sorry?
That's absolutely right. That's why people say, I'm going to come when my clients ask me, should I contact a detective agency? I said, I don't know. They work both sides of the fence.
Yeah. Well, he was one of the things that he said. I mean, he gave. I mean, it's an amazing interview. If you ever can find it online, it's just he just really just like shared a lot of it. But one of the things that he said was that they promise these actual the people that are like doing the groundwork, that are like breaking into the homes and stalking people, and he said that they recruit these people and they promise them cars and money, and if you want to sleep with this person, I mean just whatever it takes to get them to come on board, to be their foot soldiers, their pawns in this. But he gave a statistic. He said that between 70 and 75% of targeted individuals are women. Have you've never heard that statistic before, or?
No, but I've seen a lot of women do things like hacking computers. So I've seen men hack computers too. Yeah, there's a lot of gang stalkers that are women, and the reason for that is because the women pull the men in. If you have sexy-looking, hot women and trying to lure men in to do the dirty work, they can easily lure men in to do dirty work. Men can be, and it's a scientific fact. They've done research. If a man has an erection, he's more likely to say yes to anything.
Okay.
I mean anything.
Okay, I wasn't talking about that, but since you brought it up, I was talking about 75% of the victims are women. That 75% of targeted individuals are women.
Yes.
But since you mentioned this, speak some more about that, about women being stalkers.
Also, sometimes they try to run a tight ship. If you own one of these businesses, one of these detective agencies that does gang stalking on the side for a few $1,000s here and there, you're going to want to run a tight ship. You don't want any of you guys out there raping children, women and children, or sexually abusing and then murdering women and children, or beating them up and torturing them. It's going to make you look bad. It's going to make the business look bad. You don't want that. So lots of times they will make sure that women are the ones that go in the houses in the middle of the night. If there's women staying there, they trust women are not going to sexually abuse children as much as they don't trust men, that the men might abuse children. Men might be more likely to have sexual contact than women. So sometimes they will use women for the more intimate things, like breaking and entering when you're asleep, breaking into your car, breaking into your home when you're asleep, especially when there's women and children there. Men, not so much. So women are used in a lot of ways that men are not used, because it can topple the entire business. The business can fall, and believe me, I've seen them use homeless guys who were actually rapists, convicted of rape. Then they got out of prison and became homeless. And I don't think they knew what they were doing. They just kind of hire people willy-nilly. They don't do background checks or anything. You know what I mean? They just go on the street and grab a homeless guy and say, hey, you want a cup of coffee and a sandwich? Go do this.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Man.
And so, yeah, they could be getting them. I think right now they're getting themselves in a whole world full of trouble, boy.
Yeah, I mean, this is, see, I had never, see, you just, enlightened me. I had never thought about that before, about, I mean, because I definitely have had, you know, one of the things that I deal with, that they do to me is they will walk by and they'll just whistle some, you know, aimless, you know, tune, you know, they'll just whistle something, and there are times when, a lot of times, it will be a woman, or, you know, or a young girl who'll do it. Sometimes it's a guy, or it could be both, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, but, I had never really thought about them. I guess from their perspective, it's probably, like you said, it's probably trying to keep a tight ship, to have women do it, because women, you know, I mean, what a way to use that compassionate side of women to do something dirty and mean. That is, and unethical. That is just, that's sick and twisted right there.
I talked to some of these women before I knew they were gang stalkers, before they even knew I was a target. Like when I first moved into a neighborhood and started mingling, before I knew they were gang stalkers, before they knew I was a target, you know, we chatted and whatever, and she would say, "Oh man, I hate my mother so much. Oh my God, she was just so awful to me." Then I find out later she turns into a gang stalker, my gang stalker of all things.
Oh, man.
But I'm like, well, that has certainly added up. So I'm going to say the same thing about women that I say about everybody. If you are messed up because you were abused, neglected, in any way whatsoever, that you are full of hatred and vengeance and want to hurt someone, you could be a gang stalker. You know?
Man. Yeah, that, especially if they haven't gotten any type of recovery or done any healing around it.
Yeah, they don't have any real good parental guidance. You know, it's like, don't bully people in school. If you bully people in junior high school, you bully people in elementary school, junior high school, you're grounded. You're going to go sit in the corner for, you know, as long as it takes to figure it out. If they're not given guidance about how to treat people well as they're growing up, that could be a problem for the entire world.